start conference play, what level do you have to raise, or is it just kind of continuation of the process that you normally do of get better every week, every game?
It's probably more awareness of, we've got 4 games under our belt. Now we're going to, settle in with a couple more home games and then go on the road for 3 weekends. And, you just continue the process. Even the games this past weekend, you look at things that we did well and things that we need to continue to, improve on. And, that started Sunday and, continued today, and try to get better individually, work with our goaltenders on some things, and obviously defensemen and forwards will split a little bit in this morning's practice and work on that, and then collectively as a team just try to get better and better. And what we look like this past weekend, and you look into January, hopefully we look better and we look different. So you can't get ahead of yourself, and sometimes patience is a word that is good to have, but yet as coaches sometimes our patience isn't very long. So it's a balancing act, and again, it's what we're doing today to try to get better.
For the rookies that are about to play their first conference game, do you kind of let them know what the intensity and the physicality level is in the WCHA, or is that something that you let the veterans kind of explain and maybe try to get them ready for?
Well, I think, history tells me last year was no different, that, our freshmen, the first part of the season, it's a learning opportunity with a lot of things that are going on the ice, and at the same time off the ice, getting used to college, getting used to, being an adult and being independent from, being a high school student and being around my family all the time. So a lot of things go into play. I don't emphasize one thing more than another, other than trying to come back the next day and do things the right way. And it's an adjustment for everybody. Obviously, for our freshmen getting into league play, it's going to be an adjustment. But if you can play in the atmosphere and under the pressure of Friday's game with all the distractions that were going on with the banner raising, you could probably settle in Thursday and Friday and play in these games.
Friday series challenge you guys a little bit more, because they come back Sunday, right? Not as opposed to Monday.
It's just different. So when you wake up Saturday, you think it's Sunday, and then you wake up Sunday, you think it's Monday. So it just, it's no different when you travel from continent to continent or from East Coast to West Coast. It's just like put your watch on what time it is, what day it is, and then get ready for your activities. So it's just a different scenario. Obviously on a Saturday, the kids don't have to worry about school. On a Friday and a Thursday, they have to go to class and they have to do things that, keep the academics in line. So it's just a different mindset, and, playing back-to-back evening games is a little bit different than what we normally do. So it is what it is, and you get ready. And, for Mankato, I'm sure they had to travel, from the East Coast back home on a Sunday, and then, it's a short week for them because they'll be traveling Wednesday. So hockey players, hockey families, hockey coaches are used to these type of things. So I call it a traveling circus, where unload your bus, get into the locker room, set it up in a short period of time, and go out and practice or go out and play.
Casey did a good job of explaining Mankato and just saying they play really honest. Is that what stands out to you about them too?
Yeah, John, he's done a great job since he's been there. They have talented players. They have skilled players. They're very structured. They're very disciplined. They usually have good goaltending. So, you have to earn your opportunities, and hopefully if you get enough of those opportunities, you can source goals. But, they play very tight. As I say, they're very disciplined. They have enough personnel that they can score on power play, so you have to be disciplined and not take a lot of penalties against them. And I think early in the season, probably most coaches will focus on what they're doing. Obviously, they've got a couple of games under their belt. We'll be able to show some video. But, history tells us, if you're going to beat, Mankato, you have to play a certain way and create enough opportunities and hopefully get enough pucks past the goaltender. But to me, early on, it's more about what we're doing and are we doing that consistently.
Well in game 2. Do you like that, how they responded, and then having a little adversity faced this early in the season?
Adversity is good. I mean, it's a great time to grow, and so what that adversity looks like, I don't know. We got a little bit of that in Thursday's game, and how do you respond? And to me, the next shift is the most important. Whether you've scored a goal or whether you've been scored on, that next shift is important. And so, with a young team, all these things are learning opportunities. More experiences that they get, the more opportunity we can go back on the ice and practice and show films and try to make them better players. And that's what our job is to do. And so the games provide that test, and then the test is like, how do we do? Did we get an A, a B, a C? You didn't like what your preparation was like. So it's always all these moving parts that you're involved in, and you're picking and choosing, and hopefully over the long period of time you're getting better, and the kids are getting a better understanding of what you want them to do on the ice. And if they have success in doing that, they probably build up their confidence. And so these two games will provide a different challenge than the previous four have. And after Thursday's game, you'll look at it, you'll analyze it, you'll show some films, and hopefully come back Friday and do some things better than you did Thursday.
The really good teams can kind of, they understand their mistakes, they understand where they need to get better. Are you seeing that develop with this group, where they, maybe it helps to point it out on video, but they probably already recognize, okay, that should have been better, or those kind of things?
No, it's a great point. I mean, the whole key is to try to get to a point where when there's a mistake or something's happened on the ice, they take ownership of it. They've recognized it, they've come back to the bench, they've talked to their teammates, and they solve the problem themselves. If we can get to that point, then we're doing what we're supposed to do as coaches. And it's that relationship of the players getting understanding of what's expected, how they we want to play, be honest to the game, and then go try to play the right way. And if you don't, can they recognize it themselves, or do we have to continue to harp on some things? And hopefully, as the season goes along, it's an ownership that they've taken upon themselves, and then we're in a pretty good space.
Power plays had a couple of games where you get 4 goals, among a lot of goals in those games, obviously. But what did you see from those opportunities when they were able to connect, as opposed to the times where it wasn't working? Was there something that you'd be able to work on and say, hey, this is one of our keys here, we need to make sure we're running through this?
Oh, power plays are funny. When you score, they look great,
Right.
and you're happy about them, and you might go 4 or 5 where it looks really good, but you didn't score, and so is that failure? I don't know. But what I like about it is that, a team's going to defend a certain way, and as you move the puck around, they're going to continue to do things. And so can you read what they're giving you? Because obviously you have an extra player, you have the puck hopefully, and you're moving around trying to create these scoring opportunities. And what I saw in the game Friday is that, we did a good job. There were quick puck movements, low to high, high to low, and, there was a second quick read, and all of a sudden puck's in the back of the net. So that's the whole key to a power play, is the ability of those 5 players to have that chemistry where that team's defending, and can I pick and choose my spots to create them and try to get them out of a certain position. So what I saw Friday was our players reading good puck movement, quick puck movement, good shot releases, and obviously the puck ended up in the back of the net on a bunch of those. So it's work in progress. I mean, some nights the power play looks great and the pucks go in. Other nights it's like we've never practiced it and what's going on. So yeah, that's a great relationship. And obviously if your power play is working well, if you get 2 or 3 opportunities in a game, now you have a good chance to score.
I remember reading something a couple of years ago, and I don't remember this statistic, but the chances of scoring rate, if you get the puck through the middle, the chances of scoring go up by 10% or something like that. And that's with the passing players you have, the capabilities they have to pass. Is that something that can almost be taken for granted, that we have this option, but the perimeter is sometimes a little easier to work?
Yeah, some teams will defend and they'll give you the perimeter, and so they're betting their goalie can stop it, or you're not going to be able to get the puck. If you start passing through it, if I can go from one side to the other, there's more what we call white ice over there, and then the goalie's got to move. If the goalie's in position and he's on his angle or she's on her angle, then it becomes challenging. And so if I can move the puck laterally, you can create it. But most power plays, I don't know what the exact percentage, probably 70-75% of power play goals are directly related to some shot from the point. It might directly go in, it might get deflected and go in, it might create a rebound and then it goes in. So the lower you go down towards the goal, your percentages go down as far as scoring power play goals. But again, it's that chemistry, and you know, the men had it a few years ago when Caulfield was around. They had a wonderful power play, and the reason they did, they had people in position, and they had chemistry, and they had kids that were, you know, able to read on a penalty kill and, you know, eventually get the puck to Caulfield, and chances are the puck's getting in the net. So every once in a while you have these group of players. I had it my freshman year at Wisconsin. We had a wonderful power play where, you know, people connected, and you saw what was given to you, and you drove other coaches crazy because you could read those plays. So yeah, it's work in progress. It's early in the year, but what I saw Friday was a real good sign because they moved the puck. They created opportunities, and their shot releases were very quick and accurate.
I do respect Norwich at the top with the bombs coming from his sticking of like KK is kind of
Yeah.
top here and able to distribute it and get the puck where she needs to go.
Yeah, she's so quick laterally that she can get away from that top penalty killer and get the puck by her. And then, you know, it doesn't have to be a hard shot, but if it's accurate and it's in a spot, it's probably going in. But, you know, the one power play goal, the first one in the first period, she made a saucer pass down to the goal line, which got bumped right to Eden, which, you know, quick shot releases in the back of the net on 2 great passes.
You guys were unanimously selected as the #1 team by the USCHO rankings again this week. How much rankings play into anything for you as a coach and for the freshmen and first year players that haven't been in that position to be the top dogs? You know, like how do you explain that? Because you're the team to beat, and everyone wants to beat you guys.
Yeah, welcome to our world. It's been it's been that way for a long time, and other teams love to come in and play at LeBron because we have big crowds and there's energy and it's a fun atmosphere to play in. As far as rankings, don't look at them, to be honest with you. Right now, I mean, they probably go off who won it last year and they start with that, and so yeah, I don't look at them, to be honest with you. Don't mean anything right now. The last one does.